Okay, hopefully I'm live now. I don't know what happened, but I just changed my stream key and maybe we're up and running. Let me check the chat and see if there's, you guys can hear me or, let's see, I'm on my channel. Do, do, do. One moment, please. Technical difficulties, you know. It says I'm live now. Can you guys hear me okay? If there's anybody out there. I just wanted to give some updates on what the system has done, in the case of my daughter. And, you know, this system is just crumbling and failing us and in so many ways that it's just beyond comprehension and just anyways, let's not look at this ugly background. Let me put up something pretty for you guys to look at and bring back some memories and also play a little John Beanie in the background. Some beautiful high vibing music. Let me know if the music is too loud and I will adjust it so that way it's not overpowering what I'm about to share with you guys. I don't even know if I'll leave this stream up because I understand that the case is still going and it's pending, but I'm just beside myself with shock on the mishandling and the misconduct. It's a little loud. The music is. Okay, let me turn it down just a little bit. How's that, Kate? Is that better? You see, I'm a little bit of a mess. I just came from my doctor because it seems like every time I, have to deal with this or I get information, it's always so, excuse my French, effed up. And my body responds and my feet swelled out like balloons. I can't even walk on them. I can't move around. It's just frustrating. And sometimes, we all need to help each other out with prayers, sending energy. Although I'm a beyond quantum healer, but that doesn't negate the fact that I also am in this with everybody. So I need to turn that on live chat so I can see. Okay, make sure you guys have it on live chat also, so whoever's texts come through are able to, or comments are able to be seen. Okay, so the music is better. Well, I got an email from the law firm that is handling my daughter's side. And in the email, they let me know about the charges, and it's just heartbreaking. Manslaughter without negligence is the charge has been pushed down to. Now, here's my question, and I have the report right here, and I'm going to read a small section of it because I can't really give out too much information because it's an ongoing investigation. But they assumed that the driver of the vehicle that my daughter was in was under the influence of alcohol. Okay, so they automatically assumed that he was the one, because the officer states very clearly here that he observed um, that the driver of the vehicle that was in with my daughter was hanging outside the driver's door because he had his seatbelt on. So it actually shut. They got hit so hard it pushed his door open, and he was hanging out of the car, being held up by his seatbelt, but was unconscious. But he detected an odor of alcohol emitting from Party One. Party One is saying that it was coming from the driver of my daughter's, vehicle that she was in. The only other person that was next to the officer who was explaining what happened in the accident was the other driver. Okay. I want to tell you that they ran the blood work. Of course, he was rushed to the hospital, and anytime you go in for medical attention, they automatically do a tox report on you. There was not a drop of alcohol in the driver of the vehicle that my daughter was in. Not a drop. What they failed to do was to breathalyze the other driver. And if there's a strong odor, in his own report, in his own words, why would he not do the due diligence and breathalyze? He knew the one was going to get the blood test done, which, is a much better form, okay? But they have breathalyzer kits on them where they could test the breath. And if he smelled alcohol to that extent, he should have tested the other driver. They really have dropped the ball on this. I'm sorry, I'm about to cry. I'm so upset with the system. And when I was talking to the DA, his fear is the other driver is the only other witness to do any kind of justice for my daughter, even if it's directed at the wrong person. I'm beside myself with the way that the system is working. Now, I understand that the DA can only work with what he has. But, get that officer up on the stand and make him admit his mistake and put the liability, the shoes on the right feet. I don't care if he's the only witness. All I want is the truth. I want the truth of what happened to my daughter. The vehicle was crushed like a tin can. You guys have seen what was put out on the news. They covered the other drivers. They opened his door so you couldn't see the company that he was working for. Nothing. So if they've got a driver that is drinking and driving while driving for their company, they need to do something about it. They also tried to destroy the truck before it was even able to be investigated. Well, Shannon's attorneys that we hired on her behalf got an order of stay and deemed it evidence and won that in court, so the truck was not able to be destroyed. Now, the vehicle that my daughter was in, it's already crushed like a tin can. But there was no hurry to destroy it. But the other truck held a lot of evidence on how the impact. The DA had it so confused that he said that the vehicle my daughter was in T-boned the other driver. That's not what happened. And I sent him the video with the evidence showing that my daughter, where she was sitting, was where it was T-boned. So our bodies talk to us. And when traumatic information like this, and it's like my hands are tied because of this officer's mess up, negligence. I mean, I would call this gross negligence on what kind of an investigation was he doing here. I know they wanted to push it all off onto the driver that my daughter was in. They didn't expect for him to live through the night. Now, they did say he was under the influence, but let's say you broke your arm and you got 6 weeks of healing, 2 weeks worth of pain medicine while it's really painful, and then you're off of it, right, for a while, all right? That would still show up in your blood. But that doesn't mean that you were under the influence of it at that time. It means that you had taken it, and a lot of pharmaceuticals, marijuana, things like that, stay in your system for, 30 to 45 days after you've completely stopped using the medication or the substance. I really need some support here, guys. Prayers, energy to bring to light the truth in whatever way, shape, or form that it comes. We need the truth to come out and let my daughter rest. Let me say hi to everybody that's here. We got hi Kate, hi Pri, hi YOLO X, hi JJ, hi my 5D, Dad, you're always here. And it says 12, but and to everybody that's just watching, I appreciate you being here. But the system seems to be falling apart, and if they can't do their due diligence or do a proper investigation, give it to a senior officer that knows what they're doing. That's all I'm asking. And if the alcohol from his own statement was that strong, and there's only Robert who's unconscious. Oh, I said his name, but that's okay. They already put that out on the news. And then the other party, I don't see why they didn't do a breathalyzer on him, on the scene, on the spot. It should have been done. Anybody else, we would expect that. We would expect that, especially when an accident causes a fatality. This wasn't just an injury accident. A death resulted from this negligence. So it should have had somebody that knew what they were doing their job properly. I'm just very, very frustrated, and I just want the truth to come out and that my daughter be laid at peace. He also informed me that it could be 3 to 4 years before it even goes to criminal trial, because nobody's even really looking to make the arrest, even though the warrant is issued. I mean, come on, you guys. Really? I take it day by day and moment by moment. But, how much do you expect for the survivors to endure before they get closure? This is just wrong on just so many levels. There's something else I want to share with you guys. We're going to leave John Beanie. Oh, well, of course, I want you guys to make sure you take advantage of this. This is in the description box. Get your 20% off. I've heard a few you have. That's great. Notice I'm trying to balance out because, life throws curveballs at us all the time. And when life throws curveballs at us, we've got to, be able to recover from it and move forward. Okay, there's something pretty to look at with Metatron. This is actually the symbol for Archangel Metatron. And as you can see, it has multiple things that, like the Star of David, the Merkaba, the toroidal field, the flower of life, everything. I have this week had two simultaneous dreams. One was at night, and the next one was the very next day. And I got to see my daughter, which was wonderful. We were in this huge room, and it was my mother, my son, and myself. And it looked like a master suite in this huge mansion. Everything was perfect. Well, I walked out of that room, and you know how time is kind of weird, and you'll like portal over to a different area. Well, the next thing I know, I'm walking into a room that is another like master bedroom. Like, this one is so nice and so beautiful. It defies logic of things that we could do here. Like, she had a sliding glass door that went out into a swimming pool area, but the other half of the sliding glass door you could see inside of a pond. And inside the pond there was turtles swimming. They were beautiful turtles swimming. And I looked in the bathroom. It had a jacuzzi tub, and I said, wait a minute, what are you doing in the master bedroom? You should be, this is the room that your dad and I should be in. What are you doing in this room? And then she was in the bed at the time, and then she got up, and I just saw this wing expansion around her, and the love that I felt was whoa. And everything was perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay. I wake up after having this profound dream. I can still see these beautiful homes. Oh my God, they are so gorgeous. Okay, the next day, you know how it works sometimes when, messages are trying to come through. All of a sudden, you'll get tired, you'll go lay down, and I'll go to sleep like that. Well, these shacks, they were mansions, but they were like shacks. They were like falling apart. They were in disarray, and the people were pissed. I mean, they were saying, we're not even going to get our money out of what we put in financially. We've just lost our money. And there's a message. There's always a message, and it's very symbolic that when you do random acts of kindness through your heart, that is where you are becoming, like my daughter being in a master bedroom in a perfect room. But she didn't have money to go tithe to a church every week. Some people think that's enough. They tithe to the church and they're good to go. So it's just something to think about. I mean, we're all heading in the same direction, and we are all going to get there. And I have complete faith in that. But, some people are, bitter or thinking they're, doing the right things. Maybe they're not awakened yet to the divine spark that is within them. But they will, and they'll understand that random acts of kindness go so much further than what your wallet does. So, I thought it was pretty profound that I had that beautiful dream with my daughter being in a master bedroom, meaning she made it and she had her wings. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so beautiful. But in the meantime, I'm here, still in Earth School, dealing with, if you could think of any kind of mistake that could happen, it's happening in this case. I mean, they have really dropped the ball when it comes to the value of my daughter's life, the loss of a dear loved one taken way too early. They need to get on the ball, or what do we even have them for? What's their purpose? Why are we paying them? We pay our taxes. We're forced to pay our taxes, which they get paid from. And then to do such gross negligence on a case that caused a death. I mean, how many other people have gone through this? How many other people are suffering through this? I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not special. but I am going to point it out because this needs to be equal. Is it because she wasn't a millionaire? She doesn't get the royal treatment? Oh, just frustrating. It's just frustrating. And I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. She is a master now. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. That was the impression that I got. And she's watching over my mom, my son, and me personally closely, as we were the most. I'm not saying the most affected. Many people's hearts are broken over Shannon, losing Shannon. But I think it traumatized us three the most. So she's watching over us. She's close. She's very close. She's always in my heart. I can always feel her in my heart. So, yeah. You're playing with your new endoscope? Is that going to get you some better sky images, my 5D? My cloud dragons are animation vacation. Yeah. And it just, normally I don't come on live, but I just I'm just going to go on live and, have a chat with you guys because I know that you want to know what's going on, and I promise to keep you informed as I find out things. And it's just shocking. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. Oh, and in the description box, I am taking clients. I'm not doing anybody this week because I needed to be centered. I have to be at full potential in order to give you what you deserve in a session. So, I needed this week to regroup and pull all my energy and everything back where I am 100% and my team is 100% working with your team to give you the best session. And right now my team is working diligently on me. And so I won't take a client unless I'm in a state of mind energetically and in my heart where I can do the work, be there for you, and give you 110% of myself. So you can go to that link, and when you send the email, you'll hear back from me within 24 hours. So just shoot the email over, and I get them pretty quick, and I check it often, so I get back with you pretty quick. And it depends on what type of session that you're wanting, based on the different modalities there, that on how we will arrange fees. But this is something that I don't want somebody to not do because they feel like they can't afford it. So all of that will be discussed in our conversation. So don't let money issues hold you away from something that could be very helpful for you in your journey in understanding yourself and all of that wonderful stuff. Oh, it's a microscope. Okay. Yeah, it's a harsh fact of reality. Mm-hmm. Yes. Does anybody have any questions about anything I just brought up about what's going on with my daughter's case? Or hi Jane, how are you? He's probably looking at cells and the, I mean, everything goes from the micro to the macro is my guess. But let's see what he's saying. I'm exploring. Oh, the webs that were all over. Yes, from the spider. I heard it was like a spider drop And the next thing they know, they didn't have a mosquito problem anymore, but there was cobwebs and spider webs everywhere. Interesting. Yeah, share those findings. Definitely be keeping my eye out for that. Your husband, yeah, I understand. I love you too, Kate. I'm about to bounce off myself. I just wanted to update everybody on what's going on. Um, Shocking. Just shocking. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this stream up or not. I'll look at it and see. But that doesn't mean don't like, share, and subscribe. I love you all so very much. And let's pop up the... Let's get me out of the way. Okay, there's my Beyond Quantum Healing web address. You just go there and shoot an email, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. And make sure you give me a good time to call you, to get in contact with you. Otherwise, I'm going to email you back asking you a good time to talk to you. So, because I don't want to call people when it's a bad time. Okay, we're going to turn John Beanie off. Thank you guys so much for coming. Always share what you know and listen so we can grow. I love you all so much.